welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for being here. You can see I'm so excited, right? I'm always so happy to do one of these chit chat one-on-one videos with you, and today we have another opportunity to do that. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Oyinkan. I am a content creator, wife and mom living in South Africa, and I hope that you stay, I hope that you subscribe, because you are going to love every bit of content that gets shared on this channel. Okay, so today guys, I am here to celebrate something with you. It's very interesting that I have my little one cheering me on. She's literally seated in the corner there and she's looking at me like, who is my mother talking to? In case you hear any babbling and any playing, just know that we have a 6-month-old super fan who's cheering me on and who's making this possible. Okay. So as I was saying, I am celebrating something today with you guys, and that's what this video is actually all about. Today makes 5 years since I packed my bags, quit my job, said goodbye to my family and friends, and moved to South Africa. I honestly cannot believe that 5 years have gone by so fast. It's incredible. It's incredible to say the least. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you a few things that have changed about me since I moved to South Africa, a few ways that living in this country has helped me change or evolve. Living here, growing here, starting a family here, all of that. Everything that I have done here so far has changed me. It has made me become a whole new person, honestly. And I'm just so grateful for how far I have come and the life that I have. So let's jump right into it. Now let me give some context for those who are new here, right? I am a Nigerian. I was born and raised in Nigeria. Around 2018 or so, I got into a committed romantic relationship with somebody I had known since I was like 13, okay? He was living in South Africa, I was living in Nigeria. While I was in Nigeria, all those years, I was doing my life. I went to university, I graduated. We have a program in Nigeria called NYSC where you basically go to another part of the country and serve the country for a year after university. I did that. It was during that year that me and this person started dating, right? Now, it was a long distance relationship, of course. He was here, I was back home, but I was still pursuing my life and doing all the things that mattered to me, right? However, when I left university, I always knew that I wanted to get further education, right? So my plan was finish university, go for your NYSC, work for a year or two, and then relocate to either America or Canada and go, study for a master's and see how life goes, whether you come back to Nigeria or whatever. Now, when I got into a relationship with this person who was living in South Africa, he was like, girl, yes, I understand that you have, to build your life. I'm not going to take that away from you and all. But how about you move to South Africa for this, your master's, instead of US or Canada? So he's like, since we are in this relationship, we're committed, we're growing, we know that we have a future ahead of us. Why not move to South Africa instead to study, right? While you're studying here, you're getting used to the country, the culture, the people. If you like it here, we can stay here. If you feel like, okay, you cannot tolerate this place, then we can start making future plans to maybe go someplace else or go back home or whatever after we get married. But just come here, study here, see what it's like. And also because even if we're going to get married, studying here also gives you like a better chance at certain kinds of employment here, having had like an educational background here and stuff. So he made a very strong case, and I was like, okay, lover girl, all of that. And it was two things for me. Number one, I valued our relationship because we were serious, and number two, I really wanted to get this further education. Like, it wasn't anything I was going to let go of. I really wanted to get a master's degree, right? So I'm like, you know what, this sounds like a plan. I'm getting both things I want. And that, dear friends, is how I ended up packing all of it up and moving to South Africa in 2020. Anyway, that was 5 years ago. 5 years later, here we are. I have 2 degrees. We are married. We have a child. We are happily married. We have a child. And we are growing. My life is beautiful. I'm enjoying the trajectory that my career is on right now. and I'm just really happy. I'm just really excited. So that is the background for those of you who are wondering like why I even need to talk about living in South Africa and my time in South Africa. Okay, so the first thing I would share is that living here has definitely inspired me to become more skillful, right? My thing is, if I'm going to be a mom, if I'm going to be a wife, if I'm going to be a content creator, whatever I'm going to be, I must be that and be it well, right? So I've always been that kind of person. And so coming to South Africa has kind of helped me to grow in that determination to be a skillful person. Thankfully, I was able to get 2 degrees, my honors degree and my master's degree in media and cultural studies, right? Now, what I enjoyed about those degrees, especially my honors, which was more hands-on, was the fact that it's just like education is supposed to do anyway. It forced me to look at skills and things that I wanted to do, right? Things that were just like very useful skills. It wasn't just about, writing papers and submitting and getting good grades. The skills that I was learning was also very important. And over the years, I've also gone to learn, through courses, through relationships with people. I would say definitely that living in South Africa has helped me to be more skillful on the career front and just in general knowledge of like things I feel like I want to know how to do. It's beautiful how even the infrastructure in this country is empowering. The fact that I have electricity and I know that I can plug my computer in and take a video course, I don't have to be worried about, oh, my battery is going to die soon and things like that. It's the little things, right? And those things have gone a long way in empowering me. My baby said preach it. The next area that I can say has improved because I live in South Africa or because I have been here for the past 5 years is in friendships, tolerance, and setting boundaries. So basically relationships, right? Now, I would say that I am a rather friendly person. I'm a very open person. I love to meet new people. I love to talk to people. But when I was leaving my country, I was very skeptical about the kind of people I'll meet here. Will I be able to make nice friends, lovely people who would be warm towards me? Because let's face it, right? One worry that a lot of my family and friends had was South Africa was having a lot of bad rap in the news, right? There was a lot of, the news about xenophobia and all of that going around at the time, especially. And so everybody was like, are they going to be welcoming? Are people going to be nice to you? Are they going to be kind to you? Things like that. I came to this country and I can definitely say that some of the greatest friends I have in my life, some of the people who I know that I do not want to lose ever, are people that I met while I was here. South Africans that I met while I was here. I have met my fair share of lovely South Africans and I'm very grateful for that. So South Africa has definitely given me the gift of friendship over the past 5 years. And I also say tolerance and boundaries because one thing that we all need to understand is that there is diversity in Africa. And this is why a lot of us fight when we see, foreigners or Americans especially type and comment about Africa as if it's just one big country. Now, I come from West Africa. This is South Africa. That is quite a distance. And with that distance comes a shift, a major shift in culture, in norms. I'm not even talking about language and dressing now. I'm talking about like the way day-to-day life is lived, the way people talk to each other, the way people eat, the way people relate, the things that are perceived normal and the things that are perceived very, it's a lot. It's a very, very wide change, right? And living here has just taught me that my way or the West African way is not the standard. It's not the hard and fixed way. Everybody is allowed to have their own culture and uphold their own culture wherever they go, right? So I didn't come here with the mindset of like I'm going to judge everybody that doesn't do things like a West African, because I would have set myself up for failure. And over the years as well, as I have come to understand the culture of South Africa, and I also say this carefully because I understand that there are different traditions and different groups of people in South Africa, and I respect that, right? But I'm just saying, like, the culture of the country as a whole, which is found in certain things as well, right? So as I have come here and I have begun to understand that culture, I respect it. And instead of me coming here and just being like, oh yeah, no, that's not how things are done, blah blah, of course I uphold my culture. There are certain things that will never sit well with me, and that is okay. But one thing you will never see me doing, especially in areas that it does not affect me directly, is going to people and kind of like insisting that they do life a different way because I have known life a different way. I feel like that is very myopic, and that is just not how to be a global citizen, right? So basically, living in South Africa has brought out the tolerance in me. It has helped me to see a different way of life than what I'm used to, and not just see it and roll my eyes at it, but to see it and realize that I can appreciate it, I can learn aspects of it, and I can tolerate it in the aspects where I do not necessarily agree with it. Also, I think that another thing that has done for me is to be able to set boundaries in my life. Again, my baby approves. Yeah, so basically I have been able to set boundaries in my life with friends, with people. In as much as I'm friendly, in as much as I want to accommodate a lot of people, I'm also able to say that I'm not going to tolerate. These are my boundaries. These are the things I talk about. These are the things you can't ask me about. These are the things you can't, get into with me. Things like that, I'm just really grateful for evolving into a person who has strong boundaries and is still open and friendly and warm at the same time. Now, on a more interesting note, another thing that has happened to me in South Africa is that I have become a more adventurous person. Let me tell you something, guys. When I was in Nigeria, in as much as I was always a person who dreamt to travel and all that, I just wasn't doing it, right? Tell me why same me is now in South Africa, and we, especially because of the kind of person I married, like, he loves to travel. We just get on the road and go whenever we like. Whenever we have been, in fact, we have been touring the country, and we haven't hopped on a plane together yet. Okay, we got on a plane together one time to go to Johannesburg from Durban, but that wasn't even like tourism. That was like a family function. Every other place we have been to in South Africa has been road travel, and we have been to so many provinces. We live in KZN, but we've been to Gauteng, we've been to Limpopo, we've been to Mpumalanga, we've been to the Eastern Cape. Yeah, I think that's it. But it's been road travel, and we've been to some of these places multiple times, of course. I have started touring the country, just local tourism and all of that, and it is beautiful. I know that this is not the first time I'm saying this on this channel, but big ups to South Africa. This is a beautiful country, and not just beautiful, well managed tourism, because I feel like every country in the world has the potential to be a wonderful tourist attraction, but how is the tourism industry being managed? That's where the issue is. South Africa manages its tourism beautifully. Well done, guys. Well done. And that even goes beyond travel, right? Like with even food, with things I would like to try out. I'm just more adventurous, more open. I love the food. I love the culture. I love the places I get to go. I love the places I'm anticipating. And not only am I even in love with South Africa and its variety, it has also made me more curious about what is out there, right? So obviously I was living in Nigeria, I came here, I experienced the world in a new way, and I'm like, okay, I want to go other places and experience those other places as well. Just enjoy this world. And lastly, I think that being in South Africa and living here has made me more African. What does that even mean? Like, how does a person become more African? Well, let me get into it, okay? So, obviously, there's nothing under the sun that can change the fact that I am African, right? I was born African, I will always be African. There's that, right? However, being here and experiencing the culture here has made me realize just how vast Africa is. In as much as I've always known that, there are different cultures everywhere and all of that, I feel like I am more aware of African realities, right? I feel like I'm more aware that certain things bind us together. Certain things, no matter what edge or corner or depth of Africa that you are in, you will find those things there. You will find those things there. There's just a certain love, a certain unity that we have. And in spite of the things that are going on these days, where there's a lot of hate and there's a lot of drama going, like it's a lot, the world is shaking. But there is, I don't know how to explain it honestly, it's an experience. The African experience has become more real and more whole to me living in South Africa. And now, more than anything else, I crave African countries. Like, I don't know why I have gone down a rabbit hole on TikTok where I'm constantly researching African countries, not just the culture, even the geography. Like, I'm trying to say, okay, where is this country situated? Why does this map look like this? What is the history of this country? What is the history of these people? Like, I am so much more interested in the different countries, the different tribes in Africa, the land that is Africa, the people that are Africans. It's a whole new level of deep interest, and I'm like, I'm liking this, I'm loving this. I'm looking forward to meeting more people, making more friends. Like, I feel like I have a handful of South African friends, but there's still so much room in my heart for more people. I'm looking forward to the ways that as I grow and as I continue to have more capacity, I can make a positive impact on the people of this country. Because one thing about Africans, or I mean, I would say Nigerians, but I've also discovered that this is an African thing, is that we don't just take, we give. When we're going to visit someone, we don't just go there because they're going to serve us lunch. We also go with a gift, you know, things like that. So we're not just takers, we also give, and that is a huge part of me. I love to give, and so I want to see how over the years living here I can give back to this country and its people, whether it's by working here or by, you know, creating more content and things like that. I'm just really eager to see how I'm able to add value in the context of this country, right? I'm also looking forward to more tourism. There's so much more of South Africa that I want to see, and you guys trust me, whenever I travel I take you guys along. So as I continue to explore South Africa, trust that you will be coming along with me. So I'm grateful for all the blessings that have come my way, my 2 degrees, my amazing friendships, my husband, my daughter, lovely people I have met, experiences I'll never forget. I'm so grateful for all those blessings of the past 5 years, and that's what's celebrating. So I have a little something. So yeah, on behalf of everybody on this channel, everybody watching, I'm going to eat all of this cake by myself, but know that I am thinking of you as I eat it, right? So here is to 5 years of South African bliss, and to, I don't know how many more years to come, but whatever God brings my way, enjoying life as a whole. Cheers. For every South African that has seen me, loved me, accepted me, been curious enough about me to strike a friendship or make a conversation, and to be respectful about it, I say thank you. I've had a fair share, unfortunately, of, you know, the very rude comments, when are you going back, get out of our country, all of that. I hope that over the next few years or whatever, I see less of that, but we are not going to allow that to take away from the good. And to be honest, I've experienced a lot of good. I know a lot of good people that are on my YouTube, that are on my Instagram. They found me, we don't know each other from anywhere. You see a content creator that is interested in doing something good, and you have decided to love me, to be kind to me. I just want to say thank you. You know yourselves. Thank you so much for being light. Thank you so much for carrying your light and for shining your light in the way that you do. I love you guys so much. All right, I think that brings us to the end of this video, right? So thank you for watching. If you have any questions for me about anything I have talked about in this video, or if you have any video requests, maybe there's certain things you want to see, please pop them in the comments. If you are not subscribed to this channel and you have seen me as I am like this, and you don't yet know that this channel is pure energy, good vibes, please be aware. And because of that awareness, I want you to now go ahead and subscribe. So please hit the red subscribe button, subscribe. Please don't forget to like this video as well, because by liking it, you make sure that the algorithm sends it to other people as well. and I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. I'm going to go and eat my cake now and attend to my baby girl before she yanks my camera off. Mama, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh my gosh, she's so busy. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye. Mwah. Mama, blow a kissy.